Okay, Frieren can fly, but how did you get up here?
That man climbed. He's guaranteed woken up on a roof once or twice.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Justin, and we are here with episode 14 of Frieren. Why don't you... Actually, sorry, I was about to go into recap, but actually we have a comment today from the patron. How about you read it for us?
We do. The comment is from Kelvin Cawthon from the patron, as you said. And it is about the Frieren episode, Aversion to One's Own Kind. And it reads as follows. I'm sure I've said it before, but I love hearing the theories you two come up with on where the show may be going concerning Frieren's age. Theta was speculating that she was over 500 years old at one point in the video. We know Flamme lived 1,000 years ago from the episode where they found Flamme's tree-placed thing. We also know from Frieren fight with Aura, and something like Aura standing before you is an elf that has lived over 1,000 years. The fact that Frieren also mentioned that she's been concealing her mana for most of her life. I think it's safe to assume that Frieren was pretty young in elf standards. And when Flamme found her, so I'd probably put her age somewhere between 1,100 and 1,200 years. I don't think the exact age matters, to be honest, just that she's over 1,000, since that's the time period when Flamme lived. Then there is a whole bunch of citation that I'm actually going to put in here, but I will read it as written. Don't feel the need to read the following on video. I'm just going to put citation into what I said above, because if people want to check it out for themselves or are not curious, here's the info for you. So in episode 4, there's a couple different spots. One is 1634, one is 1806, and then in episode 10, there's also the mentions, both in the 21-minute area.
So
you guys can search for that if you want. You have the base information.
So, my obvious thing here is to jump into self-defense mode. Because since I got called out in this comment, and point out that by Price is Right rules, I'm still winning.
Oh, absolutely.
Over 500, it's still in the realm of 1,000 or so. As long as I didn't go over, I've won. Especially when
you're
no
not
one
wrong.
else is betting.
Well, come up on stage, play a game to watch an anime.
Well, I mean, over 500 years is 1,100 to 1,200 years. Technically, that's what the greater than symbol indicates.
Technically, you are correct.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not gonna discount anybody who wants to take the time to go through and pull out the numbers and see what people said. These are the comments that I love to get. So
I agree. I love the detail.
well, I mean, obviously we enjoy the show, right? It's just that we don't have the time in the day to do these sorts of the breakdowns and whatnot. I might occasionally get the spark of inspiration. Wait a second, that thing that she said in episode 2 is regarding this thing in episode 12, that sort of thing. But obviously, I've got to do that for a large number of shows on this channel.
Indeed.
So my brain is constantly just, thinking about things throughout the day. I'll be like watching some YouTube video and be like, wait a second, that thing this person just said in this completely unrelated YouTube video is reminding me of, quick, better write down some notes.
1,000,000%.
All right. Well, thank you for the comment, and I think with that we should probably go into what Justin remembers from last time.
Yes, so last time involved the recruitment of a new hero. They were a priest that ironically liked to drink and gamble. I believe their name was it was a 4-letter word, and it began with either an S or a C. That's what I remember.
I'm just gonna take a quick gamble here, since you're trying to remember names and you're trying to figure out what the letters. Who's your favorite librarian in Fullmetal Alchemist again?
Oh gosh.
I was gonna give you a week before, but this is literally the day after.
I know, I know. It begins with an S. I know that.
All
Not
right,
coming to me.
all right. Well, take that into
It's
consideration.
S and A.
Take that into consideration while you're trying to remember the name of this other character that's a week away and not from yesterday.
1,000,000%.
By the way, I'm going to claim right now that I don't remember his name at all. I remember the librarian from yesterday. I don't remember this guy from a week ago when we watched episode 13. Well, actually, we watched, what, episode 11 through 13 last week?
I think so.
Yeah. Just so everyone knows where we're at, we watched 3 episodes last week. Now we're probably going to watch 2 or 3 today, depending.
Yep. But it involved that whole recruitment process and dealing with the regret of not going on journeys before.
Well, more so that his brother left and
Yep.
that he had never. Well,
And
no,
he,
not his brother.
look,
Sorry, his brother stayed behind, and that's why he
his
stayed
brother
behind.
stayed behind. He regretted that.
Yeah, and then his
And
friend.
then
You're right.
his
You're right.
friend invited him to travel, and he was like, "Nah, I can't do that. My brother stayed behind. I gotta stay with him."
Yeah, I got the
And then at
attachment
one
part wrong.
point, there was a weird plot point of maybe tell him maybe he wants to travel with an older woman, which Frieren tried to seduce him by blowing him a kiss and got real confused why it didn't work.
Well, I mean, Stark and Fern were thrown by it.
Yep, it was real interesting.
I mean,
And
rather they thought it was seductive, is what I mean, not thrown.
I don't think it. If that's the implication you caught, then yeah. But I think the implication was she's only ever tried to seduce one person, and it's because he already liked her
I
when
don't
she did
think.
that.
No, I don't think she tried to seduce Himmel. I think the
Yeah,
entire thing was that she didn't spend any time considering Himmel, which is why it's such a hard breakdown in the first
no,
episode.
because the only person she's ever done that to was Himmel, because it showed him reacting to it.
I don't know. I understand what you're saying, and what you're saying might be true, but I don't know. The entire impetus of why didn't I try to get to know him better, I feel like, is that she didn't. I mean, not that she didn't try and seduce
Yep.
him. Obviously, the show says otherwise, but that she
Yep.
just didn't
Yes.
apply any attachment. But no. I mean, I'm saying that I'm reading it that way because they literally did a little aside to Stark and Fern where they're falling over each other, doing like the blood from their nose thing, which indicates that it is seductive to them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, sorry, you were describing it, and I was remembering our new guy here sinking in the mud at the very, not mud, quicksand, at the very beginning of the episode, and
Yeah,
Frieren
that
not
was
wanting to
fun.
save him, and
Because his hand was dirty.
then I just instantly jumped to his brother left because I'm remembering the guy who was offering to take him on the journey. It's like, oh yeah, his brother. It's like, no wait, his brother's the priest that Hyder gave the symbol for, so he could be the priest of the village, and
Exactly.
then he didn't want to leave because of the whole attachment thing. Like, I can't leave my brother behind. Now we're his whole thing, which he said is more important to him than their adventure, is to find his missing friend. And I don't remember how many years ago it was that he went missing. Though it has been, as we all know, 29 years since the death
Yeah,
of Himmel.
I think it was at least I think it was 8.
It's been a long time.
It's been time.
Well, it's been a long time for some people, not for other people. The
Exactly.
concept of passing of time is a core element of the show.
Indeed.
All right, well, you have anything else you want to say before we get into it?
No.
All right, well, I say we go ahead and get started then. But before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check it out over on the Patreon. It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure. So I'll support the channel just a little bit extra. This region is rad.
ここはお店もたくさんありそうですね。
買い出しのしがいがあるな。ここは賑やかな街ですね。
And the beer sign.
そうだフリーレン。後で一緒に買い物に行こう。ここはいい店もたくさんありそうだ。
別にいいけど。
Oh, he's like, yo, you wanna go shopping solo?
何してんだフリーレン。行こうぜ。
Well, I mean, it actually kind of mirrors Fern and Stark's from a couple villages back.
It does.
I feel like I was talking, and then we get a shot of a clock for some reason, and I don't know what that was about. Was the clock
Agreed.
on noon?
I didn't see.
I'm pretty sure I saw the hands not together, which means that it wasn't. It
Okay.
wasn't an hour. It wasn't the top of the hour or noon. I feel like something
it.
was being indicated to us, and I'm trying to figure out what it might have been. Like, what, was she looking at the clock because the bells were ringing and it was an odd time?
Maybe.
Again, if it wasn't noon and it wasn't the top of an hour, why would the clock be ringing? I mean, why would the bell be ringing?
Fair enough.
So maybe something happened here in this town that they celebrate daily? In which case, we know that they've been to this town before. Sorry, my brain just went into like Sherlock Holmes mode, where I'm trying
Well,
to
no,
like.
it's all good. I love it.
I'm in, I'm in my like brain palace or whatever they call it. I'm just like, oh,
You're in the
remember
mind
everything you
palace.
saw, even though you were talking. I don't know. That's my guess.
I think it's totally possible. That red-haired elf-looking person is still a mystery.
Well, I've already said that they're probably the Demon King. It's my guess.
Yeah.
そこまで言わなくたっていいだろう。いつも気使うたりやがって。そんなに俺のことが嫌いかよ。もういい。師匠のところに帰る。なんだよいつもいつも。ちょっとぐらい聞いてくれてもいいだろう。
なんだうるせえな。血は喧嘩か？
今日フェルンの誕生日なんだけど、シュタルクがプレゼント用意していなくて。
We made it all about him or
それ
something?
でフェルンが切れちゃったの。
She did go out of her way to get him
正直
something.
今日は言い過ぎだと
true.
思
Or
う
she
よ。
tried to.
シュタルクの話全然聞いてあげないしさ。
んなもん俺だって用意してねえよ。男っていうのは誕生日とか記念日とかそういう細かいことは気にしない生き物なんだ。
Yep, you're about to get kicked.
買ってくるからローキックやめて。こういうのは後で膝に来るから。
What would your niece be sore? She's kicking you in the side of the foot.
Don't know.
シュタルクがかわいそうだぜ。俺ぐらいの年になると冷た
Hold
くさ
on.
れても
She kicked on the outside. He's holding the inside just under the knee.
Maybe he's just playing it up.
Also, don't smoke inside. Unless that's where you want to smoke.
He's smoking on the inside of a church in the opening sequence of the show.
I know. I think he might have got her something. He just was too scared to give it.
Well, no, it's the bangle she gave him. On his birthday, remember?
I do. I do. Either that or he doesn't know what to give her.
そういえば髪飾りも蝶だったな。
可愛いポーチですね。
嫌いか？
いいえ、ただ女慣れしていそうで不快です。
そうか。シュタルクは見つかったのか？
広場にいたのですが。
Yeah, technically, this is the second time we've had an episode following her, buying her something for her birthday.
Yeah.
同年代の男子との接し方がわからないだけだ。青春だね。まあ、 きなの選んでいいぞ。別の店回ってもいいし。
いいえ、
And technically, it's the third birthday episode.
Yeah.
This show has
じゃあ
a
勝手に
lot
選
of
ぶな。
birthday episodes.
しかしプレゼントを忘れたとしても怒りすぎだと思うぞ。あいつ絶対そんなマメなタイプじゃないだろう。多分自分の誕生日も覚えていないぜ。
Conscientious for using the $5 words today.
私はシュタルク様の
Yeah.
誕生日にプレゼントをあげました。
ええ、そん時は一緒に選んだのか。
なんでそれを？
好きなの選んでいいって言われて断るやつなんか普通いないぜ。きっとそれが大切な思い出だと思っているからだ。だから断った。
This guy is spitting
すみま
logic.
せん。ただなんとなくそうしたくなったんです。
そうか。ならさっさとシュタルクに謝って一緒にプレゼント選んでこい。あいつはガキなんだ。察しは良くないぞ。仲直りしたいんだろ。思いってのは言葉にしないと伝わらないんだぜ。
Here's the thing, he's gonna seem all wise and
そう
shit,
ですね。
but we're gonna encounter him later, naked in the streets.
Oh yeah.
蹴ってすみませんでした。
Wisdom comes in moments. Wisdom is not constant.
But I just meant he's gonna find a gambling den somewhere and lose everything.
Oh look, a statue of somebody important.
ヘレン。ごめん。本当は一緒に選びに行きたかったんだ。俺、ヘレンが好きなものが分からなかったから。でも、こんなこと言ったらまた嫌がられるかもと思って言い出せなかったんだ。
嫌がったりなんかしませんよ。シュタルク様、
Oh snap.
す
I
み
mean,
ま
it's
せん
the
で
whole
した。
point.
私の方こ
Most
そ
people
ミスりま
aren't
した。
willfully harmful.
いいっ
A
て
lot of people are just ignorantly harmful.
Yeah.
本当にすみませんでした。
行こうぜ。
はい。
Of course, I say most people, 'cause I was using real life as my example, but in this world where we actually have villains who create killing magic, obviously even then,
盗み見かよ。いい趣味だな、フリーレン。
okay, Frieren can fly, but how did you get up here?
無事に仲直りできたみたいだ。
That man climbed. He's guaranteed woken up on a roof once or twice.
人との距離感が分かるようになると衝突することすら避けるようになる。ああいうのは若者の特権だな。今まで苦労しただろう、フリーレン。
He just said the thing. He just said the title of the episode.
人との距離感って何？
ガキ3人だったか。
Also, he's pretty young despite how he looks. So, this.
俺に相談しに来たぞ。あんたにじゃなくて。
So he might be young, but he's definitely older than the two of them, though.
重ねているんだろうな。
フェルンはハイターに育てられたからね。
そんな偉大な僧侶と比べられちゃたまったもんじゃないぜ。
全然偉大じゃないよ。酒飲みでよく二日酔いになっていたし。
アンデッドかな。
好き嫌い多いし。やめろ。よく嘘もついた。
お酒飲んでないよ。
ただの生臭坊主だったよ。
Yeah, well, he earned his place in heaven, as he said.
破壊層だけど。
Yeah.
悪かったな。でも意外だったな。
He did what was right when it came down to it.
優しくて頼りがいのあるじいさんだった。俺とは違って理想的な大人だったよ。
ハイターって変わったよね。大人っぽくなった。
老人相手に何を言っているんですか。
Bless you.
年を取ると自然とこうなるんですよ。と言いたいところですが、本当は私の心は子供の頃からほとんど変わっていません。理想の大人を目指して大人のふりをしてそれを積み重ねてきただけです。きっと私は死ぬ
I think that's what we all
大
do.
人のふりを続けるでしょう。
We're all pretending to be
子
adults.
供には心の支えになる大人の存在が必要ですから。
We're adults when we have to be, but beyond that, we're big old kids.
たくさん褒めて導いてあげないと。
それじゃあ死ぬまで大人のふりを続けたハイターは誰が褒めてくれるの？
そのために女神様がいるんですよ。天国に行くまではお預けですが。
じゃあこっちでは私
Yeah,
が
but
褒
say
める。
technically down here,
そうですか。
other people pretending will praise you for your
あなたの人
pretending.
間である私の気持ちはわからないでしょう。
Fake it till you make it, baby.
つもりですか。
That's a fun little moment.
思いのほか悪くはないですね。フリーレン、私が天国に行ったら女神様に
I mean, it's
話
also
を通してお
insight.
きます。
Considering we know that she doesn't like the head pats, or at least she says so, but really,
そう。
that outwardly she's acknowledging the fact that head pats are good.
Yep.
何の真似だフリーレン。
ザインはちゃんと大人やれていると思うよ。
これがお姉さんからだったら最高だったんだけどな。
ならよかった。私ほどのお姉さんはなかなかいないよ。
Again, we
The
know
older
that
woman
he's
thing.
fine with the concept of her age being enough because he was weird about it in
Yeah.
episode 13.
乗り合い馬車もなかったから助かったよ。
こういうのは助け合いですから。実は私、この先の村の商人でして、代々装飾品店を営んでおります。ご興味ありますか？
商売上手だね。私はあまり興味はないけど、フェルンはそういうの好きだったよね。あれ、ブレスレット新しく買ったの？これは
I mean, you watched them together.
可愛い衣装だね。私同じデザインの指輪持ってるよ。
Yeah, I love it. She just calls things out
多分フェルンと
so blatantly.
そうなんですか？どこにあったかな。
Also, Himmel gave you a ring?
あれ？もう整理整頓しないから。
Of course she is.
あった。
Oh snap. That looks like it's a ring with the design being a carrot.
鳥型の魔物って狡猾で魔力を隠すのがうまいんだよね。どうしよう。
And the
Well, yeah, it's yoked up. It's hard to. It's literally being suspended across its midsection. Like, have you ever seen a dog that has to be connected up to a
yep.
device to get groomed?
見たことある？
今乗ってるよ。
意外かもしれないけど、私たち人類が空を飛べるようになってからまだ40年も経っていない。
Since humankind learned how to fly.
魔物の独壇場だったんだ。人類が使っている飛行魔法は魔族の魔法術式をそのまま転用したもので、
小難しいことはいいから、俺にも分かるように話してくれ。
Himmel was still alive for that
意味
part.
がわからないまま使っているから応用ができないってこと。人より大きなものはわずかな時間しか飛ばせない。
なるほど。
脱出するしかないね。私は商人を連れて飛ぶから、フェルンはザインをお願い。わかりました。
荷物をまとめます。
なあ、俺は
You're gonna fly.
僕は飛び降りて。
Oh snap.
We saw him jump down a cliff to fight a dragon before.
死なないでしょ。
死ぬに決まってんだろ。何わけわかんないみたいな顔し
Also,
てんだ
what
よ。
about the horse?
おかしいな。
Who's
Yeah.
taking the horse?
アイゼンは自由落下程度ならどんな高さでも無傷だったよ。
Also, he dove head first.
Well, we also covered that Aizen did crazy ass things all the time.
Yeah.
している時点でおかしいのはアイゼン様だと思います。では、地面に衝突する直前に馬車を浮かせるというのはどうですか？
自由落下を相殺できるか計算しないと。 威力を殺しきれないと私たちはごちゃ混ぜのミンチになっちゃうから。
Well,
なんか怖い
you'll
こと
still be killed no matter what if this was reality.
どちらにせよ
Yeah.
That's the same logic of jumping in a falling elevator. You'll still hit the bottom of the elevator with the same amount of force.
そう。
Here we go. Epic moment.
Oh no, now you've just forced your hand. Now you're falling no matter what.
挑戦か。
Oh, okay, at least they saved the horse.
生きてる。
Yep.
どうやらうまくいったみたいだね。
何がだよ。どういう計画？
I'll set a plan. I agree with him.
馬は軽傷だった。治療も終わったぞ。だが馬車はダメだな。修理が必要だ。
ごめん。
No, it's still good. It's still good.
私一人では死んでいましたから。
しばらくは馬車の修理だな。
Yeah, Srashi doesn't have a very specific spell exactly for this instance.
That's true. I'm just happy that that they are helping him fix it.
あれ、おかしいな。どこ行っちゃったんだ。
最近暖かくなってきたな。
そろそろ衣替えですかね。
そういや、フェルン、そのブレスレットって。
はい。シュタルク様からの誕生日プレゼントです。
選ぶのに3時間もかかったぜ。
結局、シュタルクが選んだのか。
私が好きに選んでほしいと言ったので。
おう、なるほどな。
It's obviously going to have some sort of
だったな、シュタルク。
meaning,
どうするパターンだ。
the symbol.
ああ。これはいけるのか。顔色を伺いながらの3時間。生きた心地がしなかった。
かわいそうにな。
Oh yeah, no. It
全部聞こえて
was 3 hours of trying to read her not changing face.
気に入ってもらえたからよかったよ。
しかし、やる
I just mean the fact that Himmel gave Frieren a ring that had the same look.
あの衣装
It has to be a symbol of meaning.
あの言
Oh,
葉
there
は
we
苦
go.
悶の愛情だ。この地方じゃ、あれは
True.
恋人に贈るものだぜ。
シュタルク様。
知らなかったんだ。誤解だよ。俺が花言葉なんて知っていると思うか？
そうですよね。バカですもんね。
いつにも増して辛辣。
There's no revelation on Himmel's side. We knew Himmel was infatuation.
なんでも
Yeah.
です。買い直しましょうか。
これはシュタルク様が一生懸命選んで私にくれたものです。二度とそんなこと言わないで。
I think if anything, it would be a revelation for those two to know what that symbol means. And wait a second, did Frieren say that
何ですか？
Himmel gave them a ring like this?
なんでもねえよ。
Hmm. I'm still not ruling it out that there was not moments between Frieren and Himmel.
Oh, I am. I'm certain that there was moments between Himmel and Frieren. I'm certain there was no moments between Frieren and Himmel.
I think
That
there might
Himmel
have been
played
like
this
one.
one-sided for 80 years.
If so, that's rough. That can't be comfortable.
Well, it is for somebody who can sleep anywhere. Remember, we've seen her sleep off the edge of the bed, like head
Oh,
down
I'm-
to the ground.
I mean the person on the bottom.
フリーレン様。馬車の修理が終わったので、明日の早朝には出発するそうです。
そう。
毎晩抜け出していますよね。何を探しているんですか？
ヒンメルからもらった指輪。
Photo ring.
手伝います。見つかるまで出発を待ってもら
It
いまし
could
ょう。
literally be anywhere.
いいや、
They lost it when they
今夜
got
見
picked
つか
up
らな
into
かっ
the
たら
air.
諦めるよ。なくし
Yep.
物には慣れている。ヒンメルからもらったものはあれだけじゃないしね。
これと同じ鏡レンゲの衣装の指輪だったんですよね。花言葉はクオンの愛情だそうです。
そう、知らなかった。どうでもいい。
Oh
ヒンメルは
snap.
そんな花言葉知らなかったと思うよ。
Himmel knew what it meant.
So that's what I'm saying. It's one-sided.
み
Yep.
んなで一緒に探しましょう。
言ってくださればよかったのに。私の村でも昔から装飾品をなくされる方はそれなりにいました。なくした装飾品を探す魔法。今回の報酬としてお渡しするつもりだった魔法の一つ
A
です。
spell to find lost accessories. That's the most useful spell in existence. Can't find my car keys.
Yeah. That was obviously where my brain was going to. Although I don't know if that's an accessory.
フリーレン、
My nose.
君は今回の討伐依頼で頑張ってくれたからね。好きなものを選んでくれ。
アクセサリーか。
Oh, on the way back.
魔法店の方が嬉しいんだけど。じゃあこれでいいよ。
早いな。真面目に選びなさい。
どうしたの？
いや。フリーレン、
ありがとう。
Boom.
It doesn't matter if you don't know what it means. Although I'm already going back on my theory that she knows everything and just doesn't want to admit it.
Yep. It's probably one of her biggest regrets of not reciprocating. Also, there was a gem in that.
諦めなくてよかったですね。フリーレン様。
Unless it was a trick of the light. But in the flashbacks, I saw a gem.
そうかもね。
I don't
と
know.
ころでなんで
My eye
フリーレン
constantly
が
gets
鏡レンゲを
attracted to her earrings.
ス
So,
ターク様がバカだからです。
ひどい。
because in
Yeah.
scenes that are predominantly Frieren and the sky, the predominant colors are blue and whites, where her earrings are reds. So the brighter colors attract the eyes more towards her
True.
ears for some reason. That's a design choice that maybe I just don't understand at the moment. Maybe it's to accentuate the fact that she's an elf,
I
to
think
make the
so.
feeling of otherness. But then again, they don't attract my eyes to the human ears, so. And there's also the element
To
that
me,
there's
that's
no
the most
attachment.
logical point.
There's also the element that there's no attachment, right? That this is anime and we're saving money by not drawing a chain or, a little piece of metal or something, so they're technically just hanging
Yeah.
there with nothing.
Magic.
I will say, I think I like the ending song better than the opening song.
Oh, completely agreed.
It's a good episode, though. I think I prefer and have stated a number of times that I don't expect combat in the show,
Yep.
despite your desire for a final boss fight. As you said many times, I enjoy the shows that we're just dealing with narrative, character attachments, things like that.
I like the character attachment narrative. I also like the fact that they're slowly just building
At times,
relationships.
eavesdrop.
塗用の魔法は
兄ほどの才能ない
い
な。
よいよまずいね。
とにかく急いだ方が良さそうだな。
厄介ごとの匂いがするし、次の村に行こうか。
Well, I feel less smart. The things I was reading was like, okay, something bad is gonna happen. And then the episode's title is Smells Like Trouble. Well, shit. Something bad is gonna happen.
It's true. It doesn't smell like good.
Well, I don't know which side you were focusing on. I was focusing on the bottom script. I didn't even see what the top said. Yeah. So on the bottom, it was just, this doesn't look good. And then the whole, I don't even remember. This doesn't look good, was I think all I noticed. And then we got to smells like trouble.
The biggest one at the top was was we should move on to the next town.
Which is weird. Well, I guess we do time jump. But it looked like the next place we were heading to was another walled village. But,
I
we
expect
might.
them all to be walled where we are.
You'd think so, but I don't think the last place we were was.
Fair enough.
But at the same time, we might also not go to that place. Like, we could just time jump us further ahead into the journey. Hell, it could be 30 years from the death of Himmel, the hero, next time we fly. And then why would it be in the same town?
Fair enough.
Any other thoughts about this episode or any at all?
This episode was cute. This episode had some good moments. It also showed each character's sort of role in the party.
Well, I mean, we know what each character's role in the party because they've almost class nature.
100%, but it showed how that sort of plays out outside of like combat. You had the stubborn warrior, the person who you don't expect to get actual good guidance from actually being able to help. So, sorry, the idiot warrior. The guidance, the stubborn mage who's all about getting everything right. Like, it was good.
I think you're talking about like the last half of the episode.
Correct.
Right. I don't know. I don't think much applies to that, to roles of the party, considering that nobody did anything of any attribution other than Frieren in saving the cart, almost. Saving the horse, definitely.
Yeah.
And then everybody else just rebuilt a cart. So, if you look
Well,
at
no,
it like party
No, so
composition wise,
I'm also talking the first half with the buying of the ring and stuff, like the buying of the bracelet and stuff too.
sure, but I mean that's just an aspect of Frieren not doing things. Because everything that, what's his name? Did they say his name once this episode?
Maybe, but I didn't catch it.
All right, well, whoever our priest is, everything he said, Frieren already knew. So, again, his whole contribution is Frieren has to be quiet, which, thankfully for him, she is by default. What he described was literally, the older you get, the more you try to avoid confrontation. So, literally, she's not engaging to avoid problems.
I wouldn't say his involvement is just that, because while she knows it, it's not stuff that she would think to mention.
I think
Like
she would, because why would she be up there on the roof monitoring them?
why? Because she wants to gossip. She wants to know what's going on.
No, no way. Left to her own
Absolutely.
devices, she wants to sit and read.
Yeah, because she wants information, and she wants information on all things.
Oh, she's not a gossiper. Who would she gossip to? The point of getting gossip is to share gossip.
She wants to know the spicy tea. She doesn't have to share it. She just wants to know it.
No, that's no point in that. Also, she's never seemed like that kind of person. She
We got
wandered the
completely
world.
different rates off.
She
off
wandered
that.
the world for hundreds of years alone, not sharing gossip or monitoring gossip. Remember, we saw plenty of times where she just sits in the water staring at the sky, or fishing, or sitting and reading. And every time she's in a village and she wants us to take some extra time, what does she do? She reads. She chastises Fern for not reading.
Yep.
That's her pastime. She has never once indicated.
You can be a reader and be down for the hot goss.
she's not that kind of character.
Okay.
All right, you're not very good at sticking to your guns. Okay.
Oh no, I'm still sticking to my guns. I'm just not changing your opinion.
Well,
but no. So I think the difference is it's the age factor in in that he sees the appropriate time to do these things. Like even him going up to Stark and being like, "You did good. You're not dealing with someone who's easy to deal with." Like it's a big moment between the two. It's stuff like that.
well, I mean, like I said, he is a talking Frieren, where Frieren's role is not to talk. I guess that's about the breakdown of the episode then, because I think we've covered just about every moment now.
Yeah. The only other thing I would add is if you ever picked up by a giant green bird, blow its head off.
Well, this was a yellow bird.
It was. It was green.
Was it?
Yes.
I'm not being argumentative in this part. Actually, I remember it being yellow, but hey, who knows? Maybe I'm putting like the big bird in my brain. I don't know. I legit remember it being yellow, but if it wasn't yellow, then I don't know what to say.
Fair enough. That's a pedantic detail.
Well, I don't know if it's pedantic. I mean, if we were fighting dragons, for example, you'd want to be clear on the color. Is that a gold dragon? I remember it being gold, and you're like,
if
no,
if
I'm
it
pretty
was
sure
a dragon,
it's green.
yeah.
I mean, like
if we're at a dragon, that's different.
We're at a potion shop, right? Like, do we need anti-poison potions, or do we need fire resistance? Was that a gold dragon, or was it a green dragon? Pretty sure it was gold. No, man, that was green. You know, it's like,
hey, that right there is a dilemma that's happened more times than people would like to admit.
all right. Well, I think with that being said, we should probably roll on into our next Secrets of Magic, I think they're called. Mysteries of Magic, whatever it is.
Something like that.
Yeah, so let's just go ahead and get on into that.
Hell yeah.
早々のフリーレン〇〇の魔法
体からいい匂いが出る魔法。
So you never have to bathe again?
いい匂いって言ってもどういう匂いなんだろう。
人それぞれいいと感じる匂いって違いますからね。香水のような感じや花の香りだったり爽やかな香りだったりでしょうか。
Maybe it makes you smell different to
例に
each
よって
person.
試してみようか。ねえシュタルク。
何
フリーレン様、
Stark,
お
I
肉
wouldn't
を
be
焼い
surprised
た
if
ような匂
Stark
いが
is going to hate the
すごく
smell.
香ばしいね。食欲をそそるというか。
この魔法を作った魔法使いにとっていい匂いということのようですね。美味しそうな匂い。
何っていうか今日の晩飯どうする
肉。
何なんか怖いんだけど
That
I
was a
think
good
pointedly,
moment.
that's also the first one we've gotten that happened in modern, right?
Did it?
The other one, I mean, did it? Obviously, it did happen in the modern time.
Oh no! That's the second one because there was the sleeping one. The wake up.
You're right, that was Fern casting that on Frieren. Although,
Yep.
did she get it? No? Wait. Didn't she get that spell in the adventure with the original party?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Maybe that's what I'm misremembering.
Yeah, because
Yes, this is the first one that I'm remembering specifically where the original party wasn't in it at all.
I think the original party wasn't in that one either. Or if they were, the cast, like, Frieren saw it and was like, why do you need this?
Well, still, this is just one of those just eclectic spells, right?
True.
Like, this is the world of Pathfinder or something. Or Hackmaster. You know, just a world that has a ton of spells that most of the time you'd find useless, but, you know, I guess at the same time you could be, like, wandering around in the dungeon and like, oh, there's a group of goblins ahead. I'm gonna cast the one that makes things smell like meat. Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Yeah.
Look,
It,
that's the thing
it has
about
its
having
very
a...
niche purposes.
Yeah, it's a very eclectic set of spells that you have to figure out. Okay, I'm gonna cast the meat scent spell on this rock, and I'm gonna throw it down the hallway. Does that distract the dog?
Yeah, I can absolutely see that happening.
It's also a weirdly named spell when you think about it. It's good smell, but they've already also said it's dependent on the mage casting it, which means that
It could be
good
real
smell...
bad then.
Well, I guess it's good smell to you because you're the mage casting it, right?
Yeah,
Which doesn't mean it's a good smell to the person, anybody else.
correct.
If you like really weird shit,
Yep.
somebody else can be heavily distressed while you're in a euphoric state.
So if you're the type of person who before they go out takes a bath in perfume, you're gonna really mess with someone's nose.
Look, I already know, because I'm a guy on the internet, that some people out there are really into farts. So I'm just gonna say that clearly there is a
There's good.
realm for like weaponizing this very stupid spell.
I want to see a point where this spell is used to fool somebody.
Someone out there got paid with a spell and was like, "Good smell. I'll give this to Jerry. Jerry's a weirdo."
Don't give it to. You know what? My final thoughts on everything. If you get this good smell spell, don't give it to Jerry. Everybody else is fine. Don't give it to Jerry.
All right, I think that's where we're gonna wrap up for today. Don't give it to Jerry. I have been Theta. This has been Justin. Together we've been Stone Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?